Welcome everyone to the second episode of Mythbusters. Today we'll focus on one of the perceptions out there, or misperceptions, that vSAN is difficult to quote and configure and sell. And today with me is Aparna Somaya, product manager as part of our storage and availability business unit, and my name is Ernesto China. I'm a director as part of the storage and availability business unit. And so we'll go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start with the first question, which is, how do we deploy vSAN? What are the ways that we make it available to our partners?
So it depends on where you come at this. Essentially, vSAN is a two-part solution. You have the software aspect to it, which is pure vSAN, and that's a solution provided by VMware. And then you have the hardware platform that you run vSAN on top of. That's where the aspect of flexibility comes in, and that's what makes this entire thing a really good solution. You have the power of flexibility, and you have a number of vendors in order to pick your hardware platform on. You can customize it for your exact requirements as well, and all of this is made very easy for you. In addition to this, of course, there are certain vendors who prefer appliances, and we made sure we've got that covered as well with our VxRail solution. So irrespective of whether you choose your own customization or you pick the appliance model, it's very easy to deploy vSAN in your environment.
Perfect. So I'm hearing two things that I think are important for partners to understand. One, if they want simplicity, like a lot of the competitors out there, we offer an appliance. Yes. Simple SKU, simple way to get everything all packaged together. But in addition to that, we also offer flexibility and customizability with our ReadyNode, so they can actually piece together something for customers. So it's actually a nice combination. So tell me a little bit of why partners care about that. Why is that valuable for them to get this customizability?
Well, for partners, they can take advantage of how to customize it. If they have vendor preferences as well, they can choose which vendor they want to sell to the customer. And then on top of this hardware and software solution, they can add their own services. So there is a profitability aspect to it, to that entire model as well. That's what makes this a great solution for partners.
Perfect. Now, let's talk a little bit about in cases where they do want to customize a solution. How do we make it easier for them? Do we offer any tools for them to be able to do that?
That's a great question. So we're actually building an entire suite of tools to make this very simple. We have a vSAN assessment tool, which is great for starting conversations. We have a vSAN ReadyNode sizer, which helps you size the entire workload as well as build a ReadyNode and do a TCO on top of it. And then you have HCI kit as well, which allows you to design an entire SKU for the customer. So there are all of these different options, and the partner or customer can choose which of these he wants to use to start the conversation.
Perfect. So why don't we walk through this? I think it'll be helpful for partners to understand an example or a flow of how they would use these tools together.
All right. So the vSAN assessment tool is basically a tool that you install in a customer's existing vSphere environment. It's actually going to capture all your I/O information, your storage information. So it's live information that you're using. Now this will then feed into the ReadyNode sizer. The ReadyNode sizer uses all of this information and then goes through an entire sizing workflow. So what is the number of VMs that you're looking at migrating to vSAN and your I/O information. And with that, you will get a ReadyNode profile recommendation, which you customize and build your own ReadyNode. Then you can do a TCO on top of this. Now, with all of this, you also want to look at the licensing SKU, and that's where HCI kit fits in. You can determine what sort of SKU you want to install on top of this model. And of course, this is entirely optional. You can either start with the assessment tool, you can start with the sizing tool, or you can go directly to HCI kit. That's a great bit about this entire model.
Perfect. Now, I know some partners will say, well, sometimes it's hard to have one size fits all, right?
Yep.
So if you look at the tool, I guess one of the questions that might come up is, not only is the tool simple, does it handle corner cases? Does it handle more of those extreme situations where a partner may need some additional help to size something?
Absolutely. So the whole goal especially with the ReadyNode sizer, is to make sure you're getting the most optimized cluster. So if, say, your workload is very compute heavy or very memory intensive, the logic takes all of this into account. So you have sufficient number of hosts for your compute requirements, or you have sufficient number of hosts for your memory requirements as well. So it's as simple as, I require these many VMs to move to vSAN. This is the amount of storage I'm looking at allocating for it. boom, you're up and running.
You're ready to go.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm hearing really two big themes coming out of this for partners. One is, as far as simplicity, complexity, to quote all that, we actually handle that with the appliance. So we make it really simple, but we offer another whole area for them to go after more service revenue and some more dollars and customizability for their customers with ReadyNodes. And these tools will help them do that. So we offer both customizability, flexibility, as well as simplicity. Yep. Great. Well, thank you very much, Aparna. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you, everyone out there, for joining us for this session of Mythbusters. And I think we actually were able to cover that one pretty well as far as busting that myth. Thanks again, Aparna.
Thanks, Lenny.